Yeah, hi folks. Yes, Winston Peters is in the box seat again, and now he and David Seymour are in a commanding position to push Luxon in the right direction and make a real change in this country. And they could start by getting rid of those racist, separatist Māori seats, which have enabled the Māori Party to cheat their way into Parliament with 6 MPs based on race. It's time to make all our elections one person, one vote.
There have been significant changes from the preliminary results of election night itself. More than 500,000 special votes have been tallied, and this is what the final numbers mean for the all-important seats in the House. Have a look. National ends up with the most seats, 48 seats, but that's 2 fewer than the preliminary results on election night. Labour has 34 seats. They stay at the same result they had on election night. The Green Party finds itself with 1 more seat. They move to 15 seats. ACT and New Zealand First have the same results as they had from the preliminary results on election night, 11 seats and 8 seats respectively. But the big surprise for many this afternoon will be Te Pāti Māori, 2 additional seats from those preliminary results. That means instead of the standard 120-seat parliament, we have a 2-seat overhang for the next Parliament. On these results, there will be 122 seats in Parliament. To form a government, parties need to have a majority. So, add National's 48 seats with their likeliest support partner, ACT, that brings them to just 59, 3 seats short of a majority.
Yeah, so that gives Winston at least 3 seats of power to play with. So he had better use it properly and deliver us some results, especially in respect to the racist, separatist nonsense that's plaguing this country.
Extraordinary news for one party in particular. Te Pāti Māori has tripled the size of its caucus. They will have 6 MPs in the next Parliament as per these results. We're going to take you now live to Rotorua with Te Pāti Māori's newest MP, Maria Meno Kapakingi. Tēnā koe, congratulations. How are you feeling?
Imagine how they're going to try and design that house. They're going to have
Tēnā koe, Jack. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling, we're here. I'm feeling like we've done what we set out to do, and particularly for Tai Tokerau and Tāmaki. So we're here and we're ready. So you might recall Awari's pebble in the shoe story. So now there's a bunch of pebbles. It's nearly like a pebble bed. And so that's how I'm feeling, and that's what I want to share.
Yeah. It's amazing. You know, I know we've got the wide-angle lens on there, but we can barely fit the whole caucus into the shot now. There are so many of you likely to be MPs in the next Parliament. What do you put it down to, Maria Meno?
I put it down to giving them something, our whānau, something to vote for that looks, feels and sounds like them, sounds like us. So, and see all those ums in the background, because we all understand what I'm saying when I say that, because we all get it. So we are extraordinary Māori people. We are extraordinary leaders, and we're extraordinary people.
Extraordinary cheats, you mean? The Māori electorates were introduced in 1867. The electorates were intended as a temporary measure lasting 5 years. But they're still here today. What a rip-off. The Royal Commission on the Electoral System recommended that if its favoured mixed member proportional system was adopted, the Māori seats should be abolished. But they haven't been, have they? Now to Winston.
What's your priority now, Winston? What happens next as far as you're concerned?
Well, it shouldn't have taken that long for the cards to be played or known.
Yeah.
We knew this on election night. That's why we kept our mouth shut and just thought we'd wait until our mathematical decline in our country gets addressed, first by them understanding the election results and by our changing education system.
I hear you. Okay, but they're in now. They're on the table, and as I said, you are a player. A government cannot be formed on the centre-right without New Zealand First, with what's going to be a 123-seat parliament. So what is on the agenda next?
I think the facts are that we've got to go ahead in confidence, so to speak, to get confidence out of the country and also in the process. And that means that we have to treat it with urgency and deal with the negotiations as fast as we possibly can, whilst not being foolish about it. Less haste, more speed, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have, and I know you've been talking to Chris Luxon, some speculation about the relationship with ACT. Do you appreciate now, Winston, that for this to work in the interests of the country, you're going to have some sort of workable relationship with ACT as well if you're going to be in the same coalition government that they are?
Well, look, I didn't rule anybody out in this campaign.
You certainly did not.
Look, let's not forget what happened here. I just ruled out the Labour Party and those who have a racist agenda. Yeah. It was clear as daylight, but in all other respects, our job was to stop that massive pathway towards apartheid.
Yeah, now I haven't heard Winston mention words like apartheid for about 3 weeks now, but now he has the power to say them. It's quite refreshing.
They're still arguing about it and they're still talking about it. But on the other score, I would understand and hope that they realise the situation they're in. They might even call it predicament. But that's not the way we're going to go forward. To go forward, you've got to say, well, what can we agree on? What can we put aside because we can't all get what we want? Mm-hmm. And in the major sense, we have to get a sound, much, much, much better government underway.
It strikes me, and a lot of people have written, there's actually quite a lot of common ground in a philosophical sense between you and ACT on some issues. There are a number of things, Winston, you're not a million miles apart on, are you?
Exactly.
You.
Well, no, when I wrote the speech in the first place, no.
Yeah. And in fact, I was speculating this morning, there are some issues where New Zealand First and ACT together might give actually Chris Luxon a bit more backbone than he's often displayed in his political career.
He's got no backbone.
You guys together could really be agents of change.
Exactly, if they work together.
Well, when you say agents of change, what we had being foisted upon us was unmandated, unelected, uncampaigned on change from the other side. Just rammed down our throats with every change day in, day out, right across the whole spectrum where most of the people didn't know what 99% was going on, including a whole lot of people in politics didn't know just how widespread it was. So we have to address that. And frankly, we've got a cause to unite on this matter. And we've got to put our differences aside, and that's the nature of politics.
Exactly. But here is the weak link.
Yeah, but you're prepared to talk with New Zealand First. You're prepared to look forward, not backwards.
Well, we always look forward, but we're always honest about the realities of who we're dealing with. And often the best predictor of future performance is past performance. And I think we've got to be honest about that.
Yeah, the little upstart won't let it go. Now, Winston has burnt us all at some point, including myself. But that was then. This is now. It's time for you guys to unite and get on with it and begin this country on its mending stage. It's time to start winning. Now to the other minor parties, and here is Liz Gunn on 1.2%. Not like Winston, who got 6% and is now in the tent, making a difference. Where are you, Liz? Gone into hiding. Yeah, now folks, I'm so sick of fake minor party leaders like Billy Tika Hika and Liz Gunn, who have led people down the garden path. And if Winston screws us in the same way, I'll go after him as well. Anyway, folks, I've posted all the relevant links below.